Hey guys, and welcome to this edition of the Blu-Review. Today we are talking about Miami Vice from Universal Home Entertainment. I'm going to do this a little differently because I want to get this out of the way. I'm going to start off by talking about the picture quality from Miami Vice. It's actually pretty good. The film was shot in high def, so you get what you get. Pretty much everything that's there is on this disc. There are some scenes in which the high def really works well. All the daytime exterior stuff on the ocean looks amazing and fantastic and is some of the best high def I've seen. Most of the film though is shot at night, and the problem is while high def is able to pick up a lot of low lit situations, it also means that there's an increased amount of digital grain, and this one is chock-a-block full of it. If you hate digital grain, you're not gonna like Miami Vice, but overall I felt it was at least a 4-star transfer, and it does have some thrills in it. The soundtrack is also pretty adequate. It comes with a DTS HD master audio as well as a regular DTS digital audio and Adobe Digital. It also features some audio commentary and a few other things such as U-Control, which is pretty much standard all of Universal releases. The soundtrack is going to also be a 4-star release. Nice theatrical sound, but nothing is going to blow you out of the water. Now on to the movie. As a fan of the television series, I have to say that I've seen this movie twice. Once having never seen an episode of Miami Vice, and once seeing almost all of them. And the reality is that whether you're a Miami Vice fan or not, this film has a lot of problems. And the number one problem that it has is poor casting. I know a lot of people out there like Colin Farrell, and when he does a good job, I'll be more than happy to give him props. But in this one, he just seems completely out of place. He changes the character of Crockett into something that was not present in the TV show. He also wears a mustache through most of the film, and he looks more like a 70s porn star than he does Sonny Burnett from Miami Vice. The film also is miscast in almost every other role. There are only 2 people that do a decent enough job in the film. One is Silen something or other. He played Julius Caesar on Rome, and he was in a few other things. And the other is Jamie Foxx. But both of them are way underused in the picture, and overall, it just becomes a boorish, pretentious mess. The other worst part about this movie is that it's really poorly written and really poorly directed. Now, that's saying something for Michael Mann, who many consider to be a master filmmaker. Unfortunately, I think this one was an absolute miss for him. The story is slow, it is boring, and there's a lot of unnecessary aspects to it. Listening to the audio commentary, you start to understand that Michael Mann was much more interested in the little details than in actually telling a good, compelling story. Everything in the film is accurate, but accuracy is not necessarily entertaining. If you are watching a documentary, maybe you should strive for accuracy and detail. But we're watching a narrative film, and in that we would rather be entertained than be educated. Nothing wrong with a film that educates you as long as it doesn't forget to do the most important thing, which is to entertain you and to keep you entertained and interested in the movie. I was bored with this film 15 minutes in. I was bored with it an hour and a half in. I was bored with it by the time that it ended. And that is both times. As far as people who really like Miami Vice, you're not going to really see that here. Yes, it is a story set in Miami. Yes, the characters all have the same names. But for the most part, almost all the characters are changed. And the chemistry between Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx is nowhere near the chemistry between Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas. It just isn't there. The characters that are playing Sandra Santiago and Olivia Brown's part of Trudy and Gina are absolutely horrible. And if you blink, you're probably not even going to notice that Gina is in the film at all. They also bring back Zito, so you're never quite sure whether the film is supposed to take place in the Miami Vice universe that was created by the TV show, or if this is an alternate universe of Miami Vice. The actor that they got to play Switek is nothing like the character on TV. Now, it's not necessarily to say that that's a bad thing, but he's so underused that it's almost irrelevant. He seems like more of a bad guy in the film than he does a good guy, but you don't see him enough to really know either way. You don't get to know any of these characters, and none of them really expand or change throughout the course of the picture. ultimately it's boring and pretentious and you need to stay away from it. Alright, so until next time, that's the Blue Review. Peace.